Today I want to talk to you about how we're going to start making a, basically it's a gestural image of a figure. You're going to be, unless you have an image you shot yourself, you're probably going to go online and reference somebody, but the general idea is by the time you're done with the image, it's not going to look like the image anymore. It's going to look like something you made. I happened to grab this ballerina online, and I went ahead and took her, and just show you. You already know how to do this, but I reduce the opacity over here, so she's much dimmer than she was before. So it's okay to reference things like that. It's not okay to copy outright. Once I had that, bring this back up. I went back over not everything. The idea is less is more, and I grabbed the pencil tool. I believe my stroke was around 3 points, and I just came in, and anywhere I saw an edge like this, or an area that's kind of defining something important, I drew it in. I didn't want to add too much, so like there's all this detail and ruffles in her skirt. I left all that out, and I even left out like the outline here, because what's interesting is by adding these lines here like this, you're not seeing any of that before. So let me quickly show you how I do that. I lock this layer, hit a new layer, and if I found an edge or like a muscle, say for example, like so I kind of imagined that she's reaching up here. So I came in, did this, and got that for the arm. So it's supposed to be the gesture of the arm, like she's just reaching out. So I'm not going to draw like all the fingernails and everything. I just want to get this idea of this is where the fingers are. Here's a finger, here's a finger. Didn't look very good. And then here's the top of the arm. Maybe I'm going to stop there with that and have this come up. So anyway, you can find the lines to kind of work for you. So here it is again. And I have that. And obviously these are adjustable, so if you feel like you goofed up or something, you can obviously move these things around, move your anchor points around, so if it needs to be adjusted, you can totally do that. So you get the idea with that. Now once I had that done, bring this back up, I started going back in with the line width tool, and here's what I have so far. And again, to work with the line width tool, oops, that's the blob brush, I'm just going to pull these out. And one thing I'm going to ask that you are very careful about is if the line's ending somewhere irregularly like that, I would really pay attention to these ends and make sure that they are, oopsie, that's too much, thinner like that. That just looks so much better. And then also I'm paying attention to where they're ending here. So for example, this is here, so I might want to bring this in so it just touches that other line just a little bit like that. I just think that looks better. And now that I see that, maybe this needs to be pulled out a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and take that and pull that out. So that's basically the next step. This is going to take you a while to get that right, but the idea behind this is less is more. Let me show you my example that I pulled up here. Oopsie. Like there's a great start, a nice gesture drawing right there. I even have it down as a good start. We can really see that, oopsie, the figure, you know, there's not a whole lot there, just a simple line. So you've got the outline there, you have a few lines here, some are thick, some are thin. It's just masterfully done. The back of the leg is just completely missing, the front of the leg is completely missing, but you don't need those things to know that it's a figure. So at some point in my ballet dancer, I might end up doing the same thing. I might say, you know what, I don't think I need all of these here to really show what's going on. Maybe I don't need this back line, or maybe I don't need the front line to mess with this. So I have to see how it all turns out, but at some point I might be erasing something. By the way, remember, if you have something like this and you just want to move it in, which I do, make sure you hold down the Option key, and if it's only grabbing from there, delete the point and you get that. I think that actually looks pretty good. Like, in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and take that and just delete this area here, because I just think that looks better and more to the point. And then here's my knee. I'll bring that back in. But see how, again, this simple line is telling me so much about her leg, so that when I get rid of all this, I don't really feel that I necessarily need every last little thing. And of course, the next part of this is you're going to start thinking about, background and background shapes to go behind the figure to really add motion to it. But for now, just work on the gesture, and we'll go there another